My passion probably started about 6 years ago. My father was diagnosed with colon cancer, and so we walked through that journey with him. And then the last day that he was alive, I got a call from my stepmom, and she wanted to take him to the ER room. And I took one glance at him and I said, no, he's not going anywhere. And I got into bed with him and I began to pray. And he said, oh, I've been waiting for this. And I could just continue to pray and thank God for the time with him. And as I prayed, my father had no energy. He was just laying there. He couldn't move. And all of a sudden, his body raised up. And I said, I love you. And he mouthed back, I love you too. He laid back and I watched God literally take his breath from his body. And he was gone. So I believe that that was my beginning. And so as time went on, I believe God was just birthing that through me and in me, that I was going to be used for people that were on hospice. And I kept thinking, well, as soon as I quit my job, as soon as I retire, you know, some days. And I just kept praying, is that where you're taking me? Is that where you're taking me? And as time went on, I just kept getting more hungrier and hungrier. So I just started to look into it. And God gave me the desire then to seek out what I need to do to become a chaplain. My passion to become a chaplain is just to walk arm in arm with people throughout any situation, but preferably, you know, my desire is to be with the dying, because it's such a wonderful, fabulous journey going from one life to the next. And just to be able to walk people through that, not to be fearful and not to be alone. Right now I have a couple patients that I'm working with. In particular, I have this one woman. She's 93. She's a lovely Catholic woman, and she believes that she is not going to go to heaven. And in that, I was kind of shocked, because she believes in Jesus and she talks about being with him all the time, but she doesn't feel adequate that she's going to go to heaven. And so I told her, and I shared with her what the Bible says and what God expects for us in order for us to go to heaven, and that's just to believe in him. At 56 years old, and you know, I've waited a lifetime I feel like I've waited a lifetime to have a calling, or to feel like I am there in that place. And I hear the Lord tell me, this is what I want you to do, or believe that this is where he's taking me. As I was speaking to another church member on a Sunday about college, and thinking, oh my goodness, all this is just overwhelming. By the time I get done with this, I'll be 80 years old, you know. And then Pastor Brian walks by and says, Foursquare can do that for you. And those doors just started opening for me. I said, all I want to do is hold somebody's hand and usher them into heaven. That's all I want to do. And she said, that's all you want to do? You don't want to get paid? I said, God didn't call me to get a paycheck from this. God just called me. And she goes, oh, then you can work under me. And here I am. My name is Carol, and this is my story.